Hi everybody, Ben here from Art Less Ordinary. So I am going to do a metallic pearl, dirty pearl pour combination. I have got marte paints in purple for the background, and the pearl colours I have are Deco Art Extreme Sheen, Copper and Silver. So I normally always do these with a black background colour, but I wanted to see how they'd look using purple or a dark colour, but not actual black. So this is what I have come up with for today. And I'm just double checking I have everything I need, which it looks like I do. So I have my cup that I'm going to pour everything into. I've got my colours mixed. The two extreme sheens I also thickened up a little bit. So I made these 20 grams Deco Art Extreme Sheen and 15 grams floetrol. So close to my normal, but not exactly. The purple is 70 grams marte with 140 grams floetrol. So the background is 2:1. And the extreme sheens are not quite 1:1, just a little bit under. Just want to see if I get slightly different shaped pearls with that. So I am going to pour in probably about a third. And I am just giving it, I always stir my metallics just before I pour them. So I'm going to pour probably about half of it into, there we go. And I pour that from a height so it sinks down in. Just going to turn it around a little bit so I'm not pouring the copper actually onto the silver, but just next to it. And I'm going to pour half the copper in. Then we are going to go with some of the purple. Now we're going to go the rest of the copper. I'm going to turn it a little bit more again, just to mix it up a little bit. So I'm just going to try and get as much out of the cup as I can, because this is the feature, the extreme sheen. So you don't really want to leave much behind. Now I'm hoping this slightly thicker mixture just makes the pearls that come up just a little bit more defined. But sometimes you just have to try and see what happens. Alrighty. So that is all the metallics in. I'm hoping this behaves for me. And now I'm just going to pour in the rest of the purple. I might just leave a tiny bit just to do the actual corners. So I'm not fussing too much, just a little bit on the actual corner. Just in case the paint doesn't go all that way, at least you know that they're covered. Your corners are always going to be your troublesome spots. Because to get the paint to the corner, sometimes you've got to tip off quite a lot, ends up getting tipped off over the side. So doing it this way, you're just ensuring that there's something on those corners. go. Excellent. So that is done. So I am now just going to pinch the cup and pour from a height, not up in the sky, but from a height that will make the paint sink down into and kind of go into itself. So I can see lots of bubbles popping, because by pouring it like that you do create quite a lot of bubbles. And I think I might use my corner catcher too. You don't always have to, but I don't want to lose too much of that paint. Alrighty, yep, it's dry. Just always make sure your corner catcher is actually dry, it hasn't got paint on it from your last pour. So, get out a blowtorch or heat gun and pop these bubbles. You can't always see it. When I watch the videos back, I don't always notice much bubbles popping, but there was like at least 100 bubbles popping right then. And more keep coming to the surface, but that's good enough. Now it is just a matter of tilting it to the corners. So like normal, I always seem to have a set way that I go. I don't know why I do it, I just am a creature of habit. So I'm just trying to get into that corner as much as I can. Yep, bring the paint back and take the catcher off. Bring the paint all the way to the middle and then go off to the other side. Into the corner, come back and take the catcher off. Make sure the paint is back in the middle, yep. Bring it down. Into the corner, come back. So even the purple actually feels a little bit thicker than normal, but it might not be, it might just be how it's feeling. And last one. Into the corner, come back, and then take that away. Now, like I said before, this is where, sorry about the lighting, this is where you have to decide if there's a certain part of the canvas you don't want, you have to remove it now at the beginning. But I'm actually not going to remove anything, I'm just going to move the paint around a little bit Maybe a tad might come off that edge there. Not much. That's good enough. So all I'm doing is just moving the paint around, going kind of corner to corner, not all the way back to the middle. We want some pearls to come up, and that usually happens when the paint is moved around a bit. But at the same time, you don't want to overly ruin what you've already got on the canvas. So you just have to watch it, and if anything looks like it's going out of shape too much, you have to stop. Because every time you do tilt this, you are stretching. Some parts stretch more, some parts start catching and moving slower. So that's what I mean by when they're catching, it means that the paint's moving slower in one part compared to the other, and it will start affecting your image. I'm not going to move it around too much more. I don't think it wants me to. But it's pretty in there, so even all that purple has got a little like shimmering through it because it's got the metallics. Because when you do the dirty pour, they kind of do combine a little bit at the same time. The metallics stay mostly separate, but they do combine a bit. So you do start just getting that little shimmer that kind of goes through most of this purple, apart from a streak through there, which is more darker. But that's the fun. You don't always know what you're going to get. Now, as you can see, what pearls I have got are starting to develop better. So they're growing in their shape, in their size, especially these ones around here. And I'm getting a few up here. And this copper is getting more, it like as it sits there, it kind of grows and just develops more. But I will torch now, which you don't have to do. I just want to get rid of the rest of the bubbles. I just like to get the bubbles removed. There's something right here and I don't know what it is. No, looks like a little bit of dried paint. Alright, so I'm getting more effects come up. More silver pearls cells are coming up over here. I'm getting more copper and silver ones up through here. A few through here. This is getting more defined, and so is that. Now, all I really have to do is leave this for a little bit, because they will keep developing within the next 10 to 15 minutes. So if I pause it and come back in about 10 minutes, we'll have a look then. Okay, we're back. So I think I left at about 15 minutes. So as you can see, these pearls have really started to develop and get more solid in their shape. So these ones up here, most definitely, even all through here, they've just swelled up, become more defined, and showing a little bit more, more metallics come through. All this copper has down here and along there, and more of the silver down across here. So there's not a lot of copper actually. There's a big heavy part through here, and this is copper and silver mixed. But I don't really mind. I like it how it's got some of each, and you don't always know which colour is going to be the one that decides to become the dominant one. And there is copper underneath this patch of cells here. It's all copper underneath. I quite like this. I like it with the purple. I think it's quite good. It doesn't always have to be black, which is kind of a good thing. I have tried to do this in a light colour background, and it didn't look very spectacular. So that was what made me decide to keep using the black, but I thought I need to try something a little bit different colour wise. And as we all know, I've got a soft spot for purple. I always have. So I'm just scraping my edges at the bottom so no more paint gets pulled off, because I like it as it is. And all that purple, all the purple has got shimmer all the way through it, which is really, really nice. You don't really see that with the black. So I'm going to bring you down for a close-up, and then that'll be it. And there we go. That looks really, really cool. I love this one. Super happy I decided to do it with the purple, and I think also making the metallics that little bit thicker has given me more stronger shaped pearls, especially up across there, down through here, over here, and this copper here is very strong. So we're going to go down and have a close up. So see the copper there behind the silver? And these here are silvery. Oh, I'm so sorry everyone, I didn't turn notifications off. This is very silvery, coppery cells. The colours have kind of combined there to make a different colour. Come down here to the real strong copper. Beautiful. And the copper runs down and in between these two silver patches. So really, really happy with this. I think it's turned out awesome. And once it dries, it will look even better. That's the one thing I love about the metallics. As they dry, they look fantastic. So let me know what you think. So like, comment, subscribe if you have not already, and share my videos. That would be wonderful. And when you do subscribe, click all on the bell so it notifies you when there's more videos coming. So thank you very much, everyone. Have a go at this and tell me what you think, and I'll see you next time. Bye.